ARO-Online. I am getting ready to do the 13-mile loop of the Bloodroot Trail at the Lost Bridges State Recreation Area here in kind of northeastern Indiana. I have forecasted for basically perfect weather, maybe a little bit warm for this time of year, but no rain in this late spring here, so that's pretty good. That should be a good time. So, Bloodroot Trail. It's a pretty wide trail throughout the entire hike. It's like this. Once you get into the woods, there's no grass. But from where I parked, the big section of the trail is kind of along this, it's kind of along the road and some fields, so it gets a lot of light and it's pretty grassy. It's usually fairly wet. I've actually had a couple of dry days for the first time this spring, and right now some spots that I've already walked through that have, the last two times I've hiked that have been wet, have been bone dry, so that bodes well for me today, because that's kind of the worst part about this trail. There's not much elevation change. In fact, I would say there's essentially none. You know, there's a couple hundred feet, you know, here or there. It's not a hard trail to hike, but the one kind of drawback is it just seems to always be wet. The upside is you can hike it pretty quick. You know, for me, with a pack on, 3 miles an hour is pretty quick. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, because it is 5:30. Sun will be down a little after 9. I don't know who that guy is, but he keeps following me. Finally getting into a little bit more of the woods here. I was here, 2 weeks ago, hiking with the family. We didn't see a single bug the entire time. And boy, what a difference 2 weeks makes, because those mosquitoes are out in full force right now. You know, try to get out in the woods, get away from it all, and then the man telling me what to do. Okay, so we're at the first kind of junction point, but we're gonna keep on the outgoing to Mount Etna and take that loop all the way around till it's coming back ingoing. Right now I'm about a mile from the campsites. If I were to take the shortcut and go directly to them, but I'm going to complete the outside loop and come back to them on the way, so that I'm basically splitting my hike in half, give or take a few miles this way. You know, today might be a little bit longer than tomorrow, or vice versa. It's been a good hike so far. Thinking if it continues to stay buggy, I might actually break out a long sleeve shirt that I've got just to help combat that a little bit. Oh wow, they have added a bunch of new campsites. I guess I was a little bit further along than I thought. So, new sign, and so last time I was here, I stayed at what's now campsite 2. There used to just be 2 campsites here, and the map, in fact, only shows 2 campsites still, but looks like they're making some improvements. Maybe trying to get a few more people out here because I know they feel like it's a little underutilized. We're gonna stay to the right, keep on going, and figure out what campsite we want to stay at when I start seeing them. It's good to know that there are 6 now, but that sign back there was not there 2 weeks ago. So that's awesome. Big changes. Okay, so there's the next sign. Not very much. I'm not a whole lot further along. If you go that way from here, campsites 1 and 2 are essentially right there. So, you know, you could go either way to this second sign. They come back together a little bit, and then you can head off to the campsites if that's what you're looking for. All right, so this tree looks pretty good. Oh, crap. Wow. Moving along. What's the draw? Why would somebody want to come hike this trail? I would say, you know, if you're used to hiking in the Smokies, you know, or you live in Kentucky and you have Red River Gorge or places like that, this isn't probably going to do it for you. But if you're getting into backpacking or even just longer hikes, this is a good place to get your feet wet. It's not hard hiking at all. It's wide, so if you come with, you know, friends or family, kids, you can walk 2 or maybe even 3 people wide on, I'd say, 90% of this trail. We got a sign here. All right, so we have hit the kind of outside edge here, and we start hiking inbound now. There's actually a parking lot here, which I didn't remember, but I guess that's good to know if you maybe want to hike a different section of the trail, but you don't want to hike the whole thing and you still want a backcountry camp. That might be a good place for you. Look at this. All that's underwater. Tell those trees are not normally in the water. And the trail is going right out to it. Oh, I may have to double back and go hit one of those junctions. Yep. Look at that. The trail is underwater back here. You say, well, just kind of cut it. But who knows where that water is out there, and I don't want to hike through all that junk. That sucks. Oh well. Okay. I am back here, double back about 15 minutes, give or take. This offshoot may take me back down to the flooded area, so I think I may have to go up just a little bit further to the next split. So we are right here. So I think I need to go up to the next one. I had just, when I was back there checking the map, another hiker came up. He's at campsite number 6. We talked while we were walking. I didn't want to go in and film the campsite with it being occupied. I thought that would be kind of rude, a little bit weird. So, campsite number 6. Oh, it has a picnic table, a little bit more space than the other campsites. Yeah, so it would work better if you were in a larger group for sure than some of the campsites. I think I should be coming up on campsite number 5 here shortly. But I think I'm going to go all the way up to campsite number 2, unless one of the ones in between here and there are just amazing. The forest is looking beautiful as I get later in the day here. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And that's one of the reasons I love being out here. Just absolutely beautiful. Campsite number 5. So let's check this out. So you could definitely come up here and have several tents set up. And you're kind of out here on a point. I see a bench and a fire ring. Yeah. This ain't too bad. Alright, so I'm probably fairly close to campsite number 3. Crossing a bridge with running water in it. And if you go around that bend over there, it was a little bit more water. But this looks like it's going to be a muddy mess. Look at how much it's washed onto the bridge, almost all the way across. A cool little stand of some new growth trees here. Real thin, spindly. Looks like it's a bunch of maple trees. Which that one I can identify because I have a couple in my yard. Still got to work on some of the others, but so campsites 3 and 4 would probably be better if there was inclement weather. Don't have any kind of view. They have better access to water than I would say the other sites do. But I'd like to, go to sleep with a nice sunset or wake up with a nice sunrise. So I just came up to campsite number 2, which is where I'm gonna stay, because it's this used to be campsite number 1. It is very well established. and it has all this cool bushcraft stuff to look at. So here you go. Here's tour campsite number 2. So you probably get a couple of tents in here. You don't have a real good view of the sunset. You might have a decent sunrise. Access to water, I think it's possible. I don't know that I'd try it. Could walk back down to that stream. It's not even a quarter mile back to that last stream crossing. So could definitely walk back there and filter. But then you got somebody that's built this Bushcraft Shelter. There's a fire reflector, and you could probably get another tent in here, here, and even back here, another 1 or 2. And there's another sort of shelter. So I don't know if that's just somebody that enjoys bushcrafting, or if this is Boy Scouts come out here and are doing some wilderness survival stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this pack off and get a fire going and just enjoy a bit of a rest. Okay. So I've got the fire going good enough. Got all my wood processed down. And I don't need it for heat, I just need it for smoke and comfort, I suppose. It's my REI Passage 2. I brought some food I brought a Nor rice side, but I'm not sure I want to make it. I think I might just eat some of the snacks that I brought instead, because I did eat a late lunch. That was weird. I don't know what just ran by. It sounded like a dog, but I didn't see it. It didn't stop. All I could really hear was the breathing and kind of the footsteps. Anywho, so I brought some food, but I don't know that I want to eat it. So, just kind of cleaning up camp right now. It's just about 10 o'clock, sun's down. There's still some light in the sky and off the lake, but I don't want to push it too late. Good morning. It is, what time is it? 6:30. Sun's coming up, which is nice. A little bit of a sunrise this morning. I'm gonna get up and eat some breakfast. Hey, try to get the fire going again. It's a little chilly. Probably start breaking camp at that point and getting on the way. Look at that. That is beautiful. So calm right now. Going good this morning now. So today I'm gonna have what's left of this Millville protein crunchy granola, oats and honey. I threw some raisins in there and I threw some powdered milk. I just gotta add some water, stir it up, and should be good to go. The raisins in there were a fantastic idea. Gives you that little bit of sweet kick. (8 a.m. leaving the campsite, and should be a good hike. There you go. Small. They've cleaned it up. Somebody stayed the night here. They've definitely knocked down some of the bushes or some of the lower growth stuff. Beautiful. There's a little overlook up here. Watch the edge. It's definitely undercut. But look at that. Gorgeous. A lot of logs floating out there in the middle from all this rain we've had. Just see lots of debris. And it's not just little stuff too, it's bigger stuff. It's kind of crazy. If you wanted to be done with your hike, you could stop now. Here's where I parked. And be out in just a couple hours. So if you don't have any desire to do long distance, clearly you have some options if you just want to kind of get into testing backcountry and being away from other people and all that. So I'm gonna take a break for a sec, drink some water, swap out my water bottles, and get going. The one thing that would have been advantageous to not leaving so early this morning, walking through this grass, my pants are getting soaked. Highly recommend you wear pants on this trail, because unless they've just mowed, the grass is pretty tall, and if you're at all like me, like having wet grass constantly brush against your legs, it start really irritating your skin. So better to have wet pants than itchy legs, in my opinion. Look at the size of this thing. I don't think I've ever seen one that big before. Here's one unopened. It's crazy. So we've just completed Lost Bridges East. Across this side into Lost Bridges West. And we'll go finish this up. All right. Here we go. Okay, so the one thing that I did forget about this side is there are lots and lots of little loop trails out here. I'm going to keep following Bloodroot Looks like we've done 3.5 miles so far today, and I think we got maybe one more. I do enjoy the change of pace that you get on this trail. You go from, you know, being in hardwood forest, a lot of pine trees on this side, and prairie land. So that's kind of cool. You get to experience all that. It's not just a green tunnel, you know. Alright, there's the bike loop, Bloodroot Trail this way. Shouldn't be too much further now. Alright, there is the road, which is the driveway up to the visitor center and all the other maintenance buildings and stuff. So cross over, hike along the trail up to the visitor center, which is right up there. And they don't make you road walk here, so that's nice. I don't know if you can see them. There are a bunch of turtles. There's two there. One's jumped down on that log there in the back. Wah wah. Doesn't open until 11. Oh well. See if the animals are out. They have some, I think they have some big birds over here. Look at that red-tailed hawk. Wow. Hilarious. This is like fresh. That's pretty cool. Alright, it is 10:40 and I'm just coming up to the parking lot, so I am done. Again, I really appreciate you coming along with me on this hike. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it's been somewhat informative, and maybe given you, if you live in this area, an idea of some place to come and hike, and maybe try out backpacking. So thanks again. This is Tony with ARO-Online, and appreciate you coming along with me.